man. And let's get to AK's press conference he had the other day. Now, say what you want about Joe Cowley for the sometimes, a lot of fans don't like him. Some media don't like him, but he kept AK's feet to the fire. He's like, you're doing the same thing over and over again, setting the same mediocre results. You done made the play-in 3 years in a row and then lost all 3 years in a row. Ain't like you using the play-in to get into the playoffs. You have not made the playoffs. What's the plan here? And AK kept using the word, we hope, hopefully this, hopefully that. I don't want to hear the general manager say hopefully. Like, what are you talking about? You have the power in your hand to make this right. And then to have the unmitigated gall, yes, I'm getting in my Stephen A bag, to tell the fan base, be patient. Nigga, I've been patient since Clinton was in office. Like, we talking about be patient. We've been patient. If there's anything this fan base shows, it's patience. They go to the games. They buy the merchandise. They go on the road. Whenever I go to Staples Center and the Lakers are playing the Bulls, it's half Bulls fans in there. If you go overseas, you go to London. Dante, I know you know this. There's a lot of Bulls fans in London. When I went to the Bears, when I covered the Bears game, he said, no, Michael Jordan is the worst owner. No, he's not. Jerry Reinsdorf is the worst owner. But when I went to the Bull, when I did the Bears, who them niggas play? Jacksonville game in London, of course, we saw all of the Bears stuff. There was some Bulls jerseys on in that stadium as well. Like, it's a massive franchise that they're not doing anything with. And that's the thing that we can sit up here and move behind for years. I can't even count how many times me and Maury came on a podcast, or I was on their podcast. We talking about John Paxson, John Paxson, that. At least them niggas knew how to draft. Like, that's anything you want to give John Paxson and Gar Forman, at least they hit on their draft picks. Their biggest issue was not being able to land the big fish in free agency because they didn't want to go the extra mile like other franchises would. And the more that we hear about the LeBron James summer, it was more or less they weren't able to offload Luol Deng more than anything. And if D-Wade tell that story one more time, I'm going to throw up. Luol Deng has been the nigga who has stopped me from getting Kobe Bryant and LeBron James on my team. It's a problem. But at least they draft. Even Kobe White. I can't claim Kobe. That was Pac's last pick. And Paxton, and here's the worst part about it. We can sit up here and complain about AK, fire AK, and we don't know where Mark Eversley is at. I ain't seen that nigga since the opening press conference.
Thanks.
Like, nobody, or some caller said on 670 Score yesterday, nobody sees Mark Eversley but his family. We have not seen this nigga. And John Paxson had to fire himself. They didn't fire John Paxson. Like, I think that's the thing that goes under the radar here. John Paxson quit. And you still see this nigga in the stadium every other game. He's there. He's still part of the family. So AK is going to be here for a while. Why would he not? Why would he step down? He's getting paid millions of dollars to not do anything and live in one of the greatest cities in America. I wouldn't quit either, nigga. So, like, that's the worst part for the fan base is that you hear AK, nothing's going to change. Now they're going to go up there. They're going to give Josh Giddy maybe $200 million.
Oh, man.
Which is insanity. And like, either way, you're screwed because you can't let them walk. But then you're gonna overpay him at the same time. It's just
you're gonna have to, bro. That's the thing. Yeah. Like I was having this conversation. Shout out to my brother Kev, man, another Bulls fan.
Big shout out to Kev.
And so we had this conversation, and he was saying, like, yo, Maury, do we pay Josh Giddy? And I'm like, dog, look, it's gonna be tough for you to hear this, dog, but I promise you, we're going to have to pay him because nobody comes here. So, like I said, he was on Triple Double Watch all the time, and everybody's like, "Oh shit, he found the spark," and he got some good chemistry out there with it. Who else you gonna get other than him? You're not gonna go out there and sign anybody. Like, you're not. Nobody's coming here. It's just like I said, nobody cares about the Chicago Bulls, bro. Like, these players talk. We had this conversation all the time. They talk. They know where they want to go, and they know where they don't. Unless you offer somebody just a monster contract, like they're not just going to come here because they want to. They want to preserve like the legacy and all this kind of shit. Like, that's just not going to happen. And I think for me, if I'm Paxson, I'm hanging out too. I'm hanging out more because I'm showing y'all, like, you see, now you see, right? You see, you thought it was me. Now look what's going on here. So it's just this. Man, I don't even know, dog. Like for him, I'm gonna tell you, this is the point where I damn near dropped my flag because y'all know last season I was almost in free agency with my fandom. I was almost about to take it somewhere else, and I still might because he said be patient shit. Telling somebody to be patient that's already been patient for all this time is insanity, bro. Like it's absolutely insanity, bro. Like if you got a fan base that's not only been patient, but they've been supportive through their patience. They're still buying the jerseys. They're still coming to the game. They still making content about it. They still getting on shows talking about this team. This team deserves absolutely no attention, no press, no nothing, but they get it anyway. Why? Because like this is a iconic franchise. It's just not being ran that way, bro. Like this shit is insane. I can't understand it. I really can't understand it. But it's I don't know. It's there's nothing to even be like hopeful for, to be honest. Like it's not the free agents don't want to live in the car. I mean, that's fine and all that, but I guarantee you'll find somebody that want to go up there and play with Josh Allen right now. I promise you will.
Living in the cold in Chicago, living in the cold in Chicago is different than living in the cold in fucking Cleveland or some shit, bro. Like
it's I understand that shit, bro, and all that, but it's like somebody's gonna want to go play with Anthony Edwards. Like I don't that I'm not buying. Like I'm not buying.
Minnesota's a small city. Like Chicago is a big city. You know what I'm saying? Like
the Bulls are trash, bro. It's simple.
Let me just throw something out there. Let's just say Giannis was here. Let's just play devil's advocate. Niggas would want to play with Giannis. Niggas don't want to play with Giannis because he's in Milwaukee. Niggas would play with Giannis in Chicago.
Yeah, you know, if the Bulls were a better team, people would want to play there. It's just that simple. They're trash. Yeah, you think it ain't cold? It's cold in Detroit, bro. It's cold. It's cold a lot of Detroit, bro. But if you got some shit going on, somebody gonna want to pull up. It's just the Bulls is trash, and they're gonna be trash for a very long time, unless, like Dante said, they get lucky. That's really it.
Miami has some of the best weather on planet Earth. They don't be getting free agents like that. Like, you know, that was the biggest thing doing the Jimmy thing. They can never get Jimmy help. Niggas didn't want to play with Pat Riley no more. Niggas didn't want to be part of Heat culture and things like that. So to me, that's just throwing Jerry Reinsdorf, or not even Jerry, Michael Reinsdorf, a life raft. And to go back to Billy Donovan, Hall of Famer Billy Donovan, by the way. What do you want to do with the niggas he got? Now, does he have job security? 100%. Is he blameless? No. You're not blameless when you're the head coach. A lot of things are your responsibility. So, yeah, he's part of his blame as well. But a coach only does as well as his talent. Steve Kerr does not have a good record without Steph Curry on the court. We have no idea what kind of coach Phil Jackson would be without a top 10 player in the starting lineup. I mean, he's coached Michael Jordan, he's coached Scottie Pippen, he's coached motherfucking Kobe and Shaq, Pau Gasol. Like, we have never seen him without a Hall of Famer. We don't know because they have great talent. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Pop was good. Pop ain't won a championship. And by the way, I hope Pop rests up. You know what I'm saying? I know he just got I hope Pop that. Yeah. I hope Pop gets better. Yeah. I said rest up. I ain't say, you know, but Pop didn't win that when they win the championship after Tim Duncan retired. You know what I'm saying? Like, we didn't see even in football, as great as Bill Belichick is, he ain't won nothing since Tom Brady left. He can't even get an NFL job right.
Nigga down in North Carolina now, man. P.D. Pablo and shit, man.
Yeah, Phil Jackson got ran out of New York. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's different things that happens. You have to have talent on the court, on the field, no matter what sports you're playing. You have to have talent. And the problem with the Bulls is they don't have enough talent. If you're gonna be the franchise that doesn't bring in the big free agent, and honestly, in today's era of the second apron, you don't really even have to bring in the great free agent. Draft well, and trade. Yeah, that was where I was not. Look, hey man, that was not done on purpose. That was not done on purpose.
No, look, I'm gonna shoot Scott and Bell. I think he realized when he was about to say rest up, he realized how it was gonna sound because he started laughing immediately. He was like, rest. He's like, wait, hold on. Yeah. Nah.
That's
Scott. Listen, Scott is a wild guy.
I
don't think he's that wild though. He's a very wild guy. Nobody in the chat that thinks he's a wild guy is wrong. You're not wrong.
I'm wild.
But
I ain't that wild.
I don't think you're that wild though.
I said pop rest up, and then as soon as I said rest,
Yeah, I would say that's some shit. That's some shit I would say. That's not on Scott.
I said pop rest up, because like it came to me in the middle. I was thinking about I was going to my pop point, and then the TMZ article flashed in my head.
Yeah.
As soon as I said that, but my point is, Billy Donovan needs talent. I don't think Billy Donovan is the greatest NBA coach, but he can be a lot better. He went to a Western Conference Final when he had Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook. Give the man some time. I think the only lone bright spot as we go into our next topic of where do we actually go from here is Matas Buzelis. I think he had a pretty solid rookie campaign based on the minutes that he was actually given to him. And people forget, this is a guy who was projected to be a number 1 draft pick last year.
Yep.
This guy is delivered. I love his personality, and he has star quality about him. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of European players, sometimes people like, oh, well, do they have the star quality? You know, Jokic doesn't want to be in commercials, even though I've seen like 5 Jokic commercials already. You know what I'm saying? He said I had a Booker T moment. I did have a Booker T moment. Hulk Hogan, we coming for you, nigga. But yeah, he has personality, and that can be something you build upon. I like Kobe White. I don't think that Kobe is anything more than just a scorer, which is cool. I think Kobe would be a great addition to like a championship level team. Kobe on the Oklahoma City Thunder, buckets. You 100% need that. Yeah, look at him on another team. The Knicks would kill to have a Kobe White. And add him to the Celtics or the Cavaliers in a better situation when he's like the 3rd option or 4th. He's good for your team. Not a team where they want him to be the number 1 scorer. It's just not going to be. And I think Josh Giddy is decent. I think Josh Giddy had a much better year than I expected him to. I thought that trade was stupid. Considering our boy Alex Caruso ain't really played much this season, I think you could probably say right now maybe the Bulls got the best of that trade. Who knows? Maybe AC make a series-altering play in the playoffs. He's done that before. But the only thing that the Bulls can hope for right now that they're officially in the lottery, is that you get more lottery luck. And that you can get you a Cooper Flag and one of these other players who can really come in and step up right away. Maury, what's a realistic plan for forget championship, but how they can get into the top 6 without worrying about being in a play-in anymore?
Man, the only path to that I see is if some players on the teams ahead of us just fall off a cliff, bro. Because like this, I just don't believe in the team. Like you said, Matas Buzelis, star, love him. If you really watch him play, the shit he got in his bag is crazy, bro. Like he hit Luka with some shit, man. Oh my God. Like, I'm not saying that like Luka's the best defender, none of that, but he embarrassed Luka. That shit mattered. Shit mattered to me. You know what I'm saying? He hit Austin Reeves with some shit, I think, in the same game. Like he's a dog. Him and Kobe, like I said, Josh Giddy, man, I like him. It's just the money you're gonna have to pay him is just like, God damn, man. Like I just don't, I don't like it, but I know it's gonna have to happen. But I feel like this whole conversation is gonna keep coming back to just getting lucky, honestly, because like there is no real. We sit up here every summer since we can go back 15 years. Every single summer, we look at the shooting guard market, the small forward market, or just whatever, and we like, yo, we should get that player, put them next to this player, and we'll be all right. And we never get anybody, not the players that we want anyway. So I really don't see a way for this team to get out of this, play-in hell. It's just going to be I think it's just going to be the same shit moving forward. Next year they might take a step back, to be honest. Like I just don't see it for them, to be honest. Like this is, you could call it, pessimism or whatever. I just call it being realistic because it's Chicago Bulls. You know what I'm saying? Like I really honestly just don't see it unless this offseason, like I said, the teams ahead of us will just have to get worse. The players on the team will have to get worse. They will have to make a dumb trade and play themselves out of position for us to gain ground. But I still don't even got faith in that, though, because I think that we'll find a way to take even more steps back. Also give Buzelis more minutes. Let's see what he can do, like on a higher level. But and that's just for entertainment value. I'm not saying like for winning and shit. I just want to see Buzelis play more because I love his game. But I just don't see it for them, man. Honestly, I really don't.
Now here's an interesting little comment right. Zaire puts trade Vu and Kobe for Zion. Now, this is something that we talked about a couple weeks ago. I said, would you trade for Zion or Ja? Because I think both of those guys are going to be in the market. I really think Zion's going to be in the market now with getting rid of David Griffin and bringing in Joe Dumars. I just don't see any way that Zion is a member of the New Orleans Pelicans next year. I do it. Honestly, at this point, I do it. Like, yes,
you might as well.
You might as well. Like, I understand Zion.
You're not going nowhere anyway. You might as well take a chance, like you said.
Right.
I mean, it's like Zion, he does this thing like the Joel Santana, I'm back 360 dunk. You know what I'm saying? Then he goes away for like a while after that. I like if this was a serious basketball team, I would say don't do it because he's not on the floor. But who cares at this point, bro? Trade it, try something. At least try something, because if you try it and it doesn't work, like we talked about to start the conversation, I can respect that. You traded for Zion, you put him in a new environment, you put him around some new energy. It just didn't work. Still cool. I'm not mad at that. But if you're not going to try shit, then I don't really want to hear it.
Yeah, to me, I know it sounds crazy to say it's lose. I mean, it's not lose, but at this point, man, like, if he does play, let's just say he does play, he hoops, bro. When Zion does play, he plays to another level. Now, as Orlando put in the chat, he said he thinks he'll be 400 pounds. I'm not here to talk about anybody's weight, obviously, but there is a lot of food options in Chicago. That would worry me a little bit, especially I think he played the Bulls last year and he had like a full plate of Giordano's with him. That would concern me a little bit. But at this point, would you rather bank on Zion being healthy and staying fit, or what you got right now? You know what I'm saying? Bro. Like, and that's just where I think to me that's a trade out, man. And I don't think he costs that much.
Yeah, but injured Zion is better than some healthy niggas we got on the team. So,
Dante, what you think?
You're gonna need a little bit of luck again. I would take Zion. I think that's a solid start. Zion, Matas, extend Giddy, but you still gonna need that luck of hitting on one of these picks in the draft. You're gonna need what happened to Atlanta last year. Last year, Atlanta made the play in, and then they ended up with the number 1 pick.
Man,
I'm not saying we got to get the number 1 pick. That would be beautiful. That would be beautiful, because if you get Cooper Flag, you don't have to pay Josh Giddy. We can sign and trade him, get somebody else in here, some different pieces for Giddy. I mean, for Cooper. But you need luck, flat out, bro. I know they niggas talking about trade for Zion, trade for Ja, trade for Ja. You need luck. You need a whole lot of shit to happen right, bro. That one trade ain't gonna do nothing.
Let's trade for God.
For real. Like, unless Jesus running the 2, nigga, we ain't got no hope right now. Like, that's just being real. So no,
that's a fact.
I wouldn't mind it, but I also, Mari, and that's my point. And one of my issues with the team is, if we gonna be ass, bro, take chances, take risks. Go trade for a Kevin Porter Jr. Go trade for these guys that are maybe Amari Bailey, somebody who just needs more burn, like somebody like that. Don't sit here and just bullshit me. And then we literally playing for 6 through 10, G. Like, that's crazy. But that's your goal. To be mediocre as fucking humanly possible.
You know what's crazy about the Bulls playing history? Them niggas have never been in the 7-8 game. Like, they've always been in the 9 and 10 game. Not once in the 7-8 game.
Bro, not once have you put yourself in a position to be winning you in. So if that's what we doing, bro, roll the dice. Roll the dice on some people. It might be some folks with some questionable character. Bring them in here. Fuck it. If they can hoop. At this point, I don't care. At this point, this might be what, like you said, what you need. Because right now, what they doing, and one thing we knew, guard packs was good to grab a nigga from Duke, and he gonna be at least serviceable. Like, we knew that was one of their top 3 things they had on their whiteboard. He went to Duke. All right, go grab him. Yeah,
right.
Hey, grab a nigga from Duke is crazy.
We don't even do that no more. Like, we don't even do that anymore.
Nobody heard of.
Yeah, because those culture guys.
What does Dalen Terry do?
Bro, he waves his towel and hand out waters. Like, that's
he is a professional cheerleader. And here's the thing that dropped Daniel Gaffer. We couldn't do nothing with Gaffer. He go to Dallas, and this nigga's the missing piece to get them to the finals last year.
Nah, dead ass though. He dunking shit like Stromile Swift and shit over there now. Like, he going crazy.
Niggas are really said in a sentence, Man, wait till Daniel Gaffer get back. That was never uttered when he was with the Bulls. Not one time. That's the irritating part of it. Like, yeah, I take my chances with Zion. I take my chance. Like, and here's the thing too. Like, even just let's just say that you get it. Like you said, there's like probably 3 or 4 really good players in this draft right now that can help the Bulls instantly. But just imagine the injection of enthusiasm you give your fan base if we get lucky and get Cooper. Oh, that's enough. Yeah, exactly, Zion. Laurie turned into an all-star.
Shout out to my son, Lloyd Bird. That's my son still to this day. Shout out to
and Maury was on this podcast week after week begging Laurie to be more aggressive.
Yep.
He went to Utah. He became everything we wanted him to be.
I mean, it makes sense though too. Like, I ain't gonna get all into that, but like, I mean, he got around as Utah. You know what I'm saying?
He got around his people.
Yeah, he got out there and was like, yeah, you know what I'm saying, and just But yes, like you said, I agree with all of this. Like, it's gonna take some fucking luck, bro. If you don't come out of this shit with a top 3 pick, you know what I'm saying, fucking with this lottery. I mean, hey, it is what it is, dog.
Yeah, it is what it is. Like, but just that injection. Imagine I remember what it was like when the Blackhawks got Connor Bedard. Now, granted, the Blackhawks are dog shit. The Blackhawks are they're that Lamborghini in the hood meme. That's who the Blackhawks are. But even now, and I told Courtney that I was gonna get back on my hockey shit. I'm gonna get back on my hockey shit. I stopped watching when the Blackhawks stopped winning championships. But I'll be getting back on my hockey shit and watch Stanley Cup playoffs this week. But I watched the last couple Blackhawk games, and I was like, okay, there's still a couple promising players around Bedard that maybe in a year or two you have your new young core like you had with Taves, Kane. Yeah, you had your Taves and the Kane, but you had your Duncan Keiths, you had your Patrick Sharps, you had the guys around them. You're getting the guys around Connor Bedard. So even though the Blackhawks stink, what are people coming to the United Center to see? Young LeBron James on skates. That's who they're coming to see. The Bulls don't have that. There's nobody who wears a Bulls uniform that you are waking up in the morning, oh, let me see if I should go on StubHub and get a ticket for the game night and watch them play. If you're going to be trash, at least give me something to watch. You know what I'm saying? That's something that the Blackhawks do. For as much as we come on this show and kill the Chicago Bears, there's one thing you can't say the Bears ain't doing. They're not trying. The Bears have done everything. Now we'll see what happens on the draft on Thursday. But for the most part, they've done everything you wanted them to do since firing Matt Eberflus. You can never say that George McCaskey doesn't want the Bears to win and he doesn't try. He just didn't know how. Now he lets the football guys do the football thing. Do you think that Jerry Reinsdorf would have paid a Bulls coach the amount of money that George McCaskey's paying Ben Johnson? Absolutely not. Ben Johnson getting paid so much money, we don't even know the exact number yet. Like, and he ain't coached the game yet. That's the difference between the franchise. And if you look at every other franchise in the city, we can sit up here and talk about Jed Hoyer. Jed Hoyer is not a bad general manager. Jed Hoyer does as much as the Ricketts cheap ass allows him to do. And for what I've been watching, looks like he's been doing good enough to at least start this season so far. Jerry Reinsdorf, his organization, is at the bottom, bro. And that's just, I don't personally have anything else to say about this. Catch I'm Not Gonna Hold You, hosted by Scott Lewis, every Monday and Friday at 5 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Pacific, only on HNB Media and the Barber's Chair Network.